Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeremy Pond, soccer editor at the Action Network, joined by analyst and handicapper Nick Hennion to talk this weekend's opening matches in the Premier League in England. Nick, how you doing today?
I'm good, Jeremy. Good to be with you and good to have English Premier League back.
Yeah, I feel like it just it wasn't too long ago that it ended, and all of a sudden it's kind of crept up on all of us at the Action Network and bettors alike. We've got a pretty good card. Obviously, we start off tomorrow, Friday, with Crystal Palace taking on Arsenal. But you and I are going to take a little deeper look into the card this weekend. Let's start off with Leeds United hosting the Wolverhampton Wanderers at Ellen Road. BetMGM has the line set at Leeds plus 130 on the money line. Wolves plus 195. The draw at plus 230. The total set at 2.5. Over is minus 105. The under is minus 135. It's an intriguing match to start things off. Obviously, there's a lot of American interest in this game, particularly from the U.S. standpoint in terms of the national team, and also players that you may follow through Europe. Brendan Aronson's now with Leeds for playing under Jesse Marsch, who coached at New York Red Bulls. Tyler Adams, another old friend of Jesse Marsch, has left Leipzig in Germany, now with Leeds. Calvin Phillips is gone. Patrick Bamford is back. There's some changes going around, some new faces, some old faces back that are really going to be key to Leeds' success, particularly Patrick Bamford. What's your take on Leeds and Wolves this week? And where are you going with your pick?
Yeah, so for these two teams, I'm generally selling them for the season as a whole. But in this specific matchup, I really like Leeds a lot. I actually went back in my notes, and in this exact fixture last season, I was on Wolves. And it was a massive sweat because they were just defending after going up in the 10th minute, I believe. And it was lucky to push, honestly. So this time around, I'm going with Leeds at home. Last season, not the most consistent club, but where they were consistent is their ability to generate scoring chances at home.
Right.
In 19 home fixtures, they generated at least one expected goal in 17. The only times they failed to do so, once against Chelsea, widely regarded as the best defense in the league, the other against Aston Villa. But they dominated the expected goal battle, as I mentioned, against Wolves at home, 1.9 to 1. It was a 1-1 draw. So anyone who bet this, pick 'em goal line would have been a push. But their defense also really played well when they weren't playing top half sides. If you look at their 10 home matches against sides 10 through 20 in the table,
right,
they only allowed 1.25 expected goals per 90 minutes. So, that's down from a season-long average of 1.85. So really about above average defense. And honestly, I just don't think Wolves have the attack to keep up with Leeds. You mentioned all the new signings they brought in.
Right.
I think Aronson is going to complement Patrick Bamford really well. And, a fully healthy Jack Harrison, a fully healthy Rodrigo is really going to make the difference for Leeds. Plus, if you look at Wolves last season, one of the luckiest teams on the road, a zero goal differential away from home on a negative 12 expected. And they generated under 1 expected goal per 90 minutes in those 19 fixtures. So it's only a slight edge for me. I played Leeds on the draw no bet line at minus 145. I'd play it up to minus 150, plus 130 on the money line. I think that's pretty fair. So I think either way you want to get involved with Leeds, that's how I would be attacking this match.
Yeah, and one sidebar, quick point looking ahead at the futures. We've forecasted a lot of different futures betting at the Action Network and our stories online in the app. Check it out. There's a few of us that are on Leeds to get relegated. I think they're hovering around plus 230 at BetMGM. You're probably gonna be able to get a better number, if not a comparable number, somewhere to that. I'm a Leeds supporter. I don't hide it. I am happy to be part of the Peacock clan. However, I'm one of the people that believes Leeds is in trouble this season. They messed around last year, had to save themselves on the final day, got it done. I was super excited, obviously, on a personal level. I think they're in trouble this year again, especially if Bamford doesn't stay healthy. They don't really have another option. I think Tyler Adams will fill in okay for Calvin Phillips. What are your thoughts on just them, Leeds in particular, very quickly? Will they survive, or are they a potential team going down on the drop?
I'm worried about them as well. And I believe in the column you're referring to, go check it out, actionnetwork.com. I took Leeds to be relegated as well. And I have a ticket on them at plus 250 to be relegated. I worry about, if you look at the sample last season of what they looked like when Calvin Phillips wasn't in the lineup, it
Right.
is scary.
Right.
And their defense was just not very good. And I worry that I really want to root for this team, with all the U.S. blood on it. But I just worry that their defense is made of glass and they're not going to be able to, their offense is great, but is that going to be able to keep up with their poor defensive efforts? So I do think they're going down, unfortunately, but, I really do want to be able to root for them this season.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully they get off to a good start and we can deliver a winner for the viewers here and readers. Let's move on to Tottenham. Tottenham was an early preseason favorite to win the Premier League title. They're taking it on Southampton. This is a home match for Spurs, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, just like Leeds against Wolves. BetMGM moneyline odds, Spurs heavy favorite, minus 275. I'm going to guess you're going to see north of 300 come kickoff. Southampton plus 7.25, 725 on the three-way money line. The draws at plus 425. Total sitting at 2.5. Over is minus 175. The under is plus 125. Harry Kane, Sonny, they've got the team, right? I mean, this is a team that now has Antonio Conte in a full season, not coming in, learning the players. He brought in some new guys, some guys left. He's got, I think, the players that can win the title. They're my pick. They're not just my long shot pick. They're my pick to win the league. I think I got them at 16-1. When I played them on that ticket. I like them top 4 as well. I think they're going to be there in the long run. This team is built to win now. They're talented all over the field. What's your take on this game? It's a huge money line. Obviously, I think you're probably straying away from that. Where are you going to go with this game? Do you think Southampton has a chance, or is this Spurs, and where do you take your pick with this?
No, give me Spurs in a really good revenge spot this week. I mean, if you look at they played 14 home matches under Antonio Conte last season, 10 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. And if you look at their record against the bottom half at home last season, this was their only loss. They were 9 wins out of 10, no draws, 1 loss to Southampton. Right. And I mean, in those 14 home matches I just mentioned, at least 1.5 expected goals in all but 1. So that's a really, Conte seems to have figured out how to get this offense gelling. And, a fully healthy Harry Kane's son. I really like Dejan Kulusevski in his first season. I think he's going to be a big difference maker in that lineup. And, Southampton, for the last 2 seasons, they have not played well away from home. Last season, 3rd worst in road expected goals against. The season prior, also 3rd worst in road expected goals against. So I just think, Southampton also conceded 2.05 XG per 90 against the Big 6 last season. The season prior, 2.18 expected goals against on the road against the Big 6.
Consistently poor. Poor.
Not very good. Also take this how you will, but Tottenham, before losing last season, won 3 straight against Southampton at home. I think Tottenham kill them. I think this is not a close game. I think that, if you look last season, Tottenham historically starts strong at home. They obviously beat Man City last year on the opening match day of the season. So I don't think Southampton has a chance. Armando Broja's gone. Their attack is arguably one of the worst in the Premier League. Shea Adams and Adam Armstrong cannot keep up with Harry Kane and Sonny. I would honestly, if you told me lay 2.5 goals at plus 150, I would probably take it. So give me Spurs every which way. I bet it at plus 105, laying a goal and a half. It's up to, I think, minus 110. I'd still play it at that. I'd play it up to minus 130. And, Tottenham team total, if you have that jurisdiction available, it's right. It's plus 135, over 2.5 goals. Give me a piece of that as well. So I think Southampton are in for a long, long afternoon on Saturday.
Seems like a lot of good value you found there too. So I'm with you on Spurs. I think this is a team that's going to come out of the gates pretty. I wouldn't be shocked if this game was 4-1, somewhere in that neighborhood, 4-0. I think they want to send a message to the league that this isn't last season. This is a new year, and they're here to stay. So I think we're on the same boat there. Closing out the picks for the week with us, our 3 picks this time around. We're going to West Ham United at London Stadium. They're going to host Manchester City Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. FanDuel odds, three-way money line. West Ham, a huge 700 underdog. Manchester City, obviously big favorite, minus 290 at the moment. I think that, again, will probably stay around that number. I think you're going to get some late money, I would guess, on West Ham, just because I think there's some value there. This is a top 6 team, in my opinion, West Ham, whether they win this game or lose this game 6-0. I still think they're a top 6 team. And then the draw is plus 420. Me personally, I think you can just throw out the draw anytime Manchester City's playing. It's either they're going to win or they're going to lose. They don't see draws happening with a team like that, or Liverpool. But the total is 2.5, over minus 172, under plus 140. I believe 3.5 at FanDuel I saw. It might have been under was minus like around 200. And the over was in the 140 range, plus 140, 150. I can't remember, but it's something I want to check out at FanDuel. Keep an eye on those odds. I think there's value in West Ham in this game. I'm not personally playing it because I just don't know right now. I mean, I think I probably would play a prop play on player to score anytime. I think Haaland is probably a good play just to play him, to get him on the books for his first goal. I think that's always the hardest, right? New team coming into a big league. He's the face of that offense, along with Kevin De Bruyne, pretty much, Phil Foden. Getting him that first goal, I think was a huge opportunity. And maybe you play him at over 1.5 goals or something where there's a huge value on a prop like that. I don't know where you go in this game. You tell me where the viewers and the bettors should go in this game, because I really don't have any idea outside of the props. So tell me what your thoughts on this game.
I'm waiting to see if there's room to get involved with West Ham. I want to see if there's money that takes this spread to +2 maybe, because West Ham quietly was a very good home team last year.
Right. Absolutely.
They got a result in all 4 home matches against the Champions League sides. That is an incredible achievement, and it should not be overstated. So I want to respect that. So you won't see me get involved with City. It's either way. It's West Ham or nothing for me in this play, because I really don't want to lay a 1.5 goals with City on the road. We don't know what they'll look like. They have a lot of new signings, which is great over the course of the season, but in a 1-game sample, I just don't know. That said, I'm going to the total for this game. Over 3 goals. I bought in at minus 105 earlier in the week. I think that, West Ham failed to score in exactly 0 games at home last season. Wow. So I think you can get some participation from the Hammers in this total. And, if you look at City's matches against the 6 sides immediately below it in the table last year, they only kept a clean sheet in 4. So that tells me that maybe there's a goal or 2 in this for West Ham. But, at the same time, their defense is terrible. Sure, they're going to get a lot of players back from injury. Angelo Ogbonna was hurt for a lot of last year. So was Kurt Zuma. Presumably, they're going to be a little bit better. But if you look at their games against the Big 6 last year, they were allowing almost 2 expected goals per 90 minutes. That's not good. And that's not going to get the job done against City. So I also think that another market, if you're in a jurisdiction that offers this, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, is it plus money? I mean, bookmakers, I think, are trying to get people to take it because they're just expecting that City's going to come out and win 4 or 5-0. Right. Is that a possible outcome? Sure. But plus 106 at FanDuel was the price I saw on that market. I would play it down to plus 100. It's only a slight edge in my book, but I think that the Hammers are capable of notching a goal or 2 at home. Then you just need City to be City, and I think you can see a goal fest at the London Stadium on Sunday.
Cool. All right, well, there you have it. Those are our 3 featured matches with Nick this week. Stay tuned for more information on these matches through the Action Network. Go on to the Action Network app. All of our picks are on there. Myself, BJ Cunningham, Anthony DeBundo, Brett Pund, Nick Hennion. We're all there. We're excited for the season. Check out our futures plays for what we think is coming up. Totals plays. There's a lot of different stuff that just basically caters to every bettor, expert or novice. We're there for you. Nick, it's great to have you on. We're excited about this feature for the season. Looking forward to chatting with you next week. I wish you luck on your wagers this week, and let's start the season strong.
All right. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.